Gemini, welcome to your intimate tarot reading. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. If you're brand new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read intimate tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined for you in the description box. Heads up, if you're that person who is sensitive around the topics of sexual energy, sexual identification, or sexual description, feel free to pass this one up. I will not be offended, none whatsoever. I don't want you to watch anything that will come into conflict with your values and your morals, your ethics, anything, because you will take nothing from it, perhaps other than frustration and anger. And I don't want you to experience that. And that's true for any tarot. So don't watch what offends you or you know it would. Okay? It's just not for you. It's not a good fit. No big deal. Okay? I myself personally understand, know, and believe to be true sexual energy is part of who we are as individuals. Thus, it stands to reason can and will affect our relationships, and I operate from that basic principle, the more you know. And that's true for any energy reading type. There you go. Those are the basics. Now, sexual energy, of course, when we talk about that, it can be very fun, it can be very entertaining, it can be wild, but it can also be very, very serious, which is true to real life. And obviously, it's going to evoke sensitivity. Okay, for the collective as well as the cross watcher. So let's be mindful of our comments. Yes, I do monitor as well as Al. He's here for a reason. Okay, so basic rules apply. Let's keep them in mind. Take what resonates, leave what does not, reverse energies as it applies. Okay, there you go. If you try to accept a reading that's not yours, you will become upset, even if you are open-minded to tarot, regardless of the reading type. I just don't want that for you. Okay, there you go. All right, show me that Gemini sexual energy. Show me that Gemini sexual energy, please. Show me that Gemini sexual energy. Show me Gemini, show me Gemini, show me Gemini, show me Gemini. I modified the board. I completely did away with past orientation. I don't care. We're just going to get caught up right to where we are in present day and look at some future orientation. And then also I added a new placement called shared or new to help me better distinguish if this is shared pre-existing energies or if it's new and incoming. All right, let's get cracking. Show me that Gemini sexual energy, please. Show me that Gemini sexual energy. I ran way too long with Aquariuses. Theirs was very interesting, though. That's why I did it. But yeah, no, we're going to do better. Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Honey, what is that? The Emperor, the Three of Pentacles. Okay. 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 Strength. Now, this is going to be a sensitive topic for some of you. I got cooperation here. You're like, should I be open to this? I don't know. And they're like, we can start out as friends. And in between you, there's strength. So this might be approaching something in the idea of exactly that. It could be an approach. Okay. The Fool, the next several months, Seven of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Four of Coins, holding out, holding on. I just don't think you're into it, honey. Obstacles. You, the lovers, I just don't think you're open towards it. There's something else in mind. The Ten of Cups, you being in the opposition or obstacles, there's just something about this connection that I don't think that you're in a mind or position to give it more. And that would immediately explain to me Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles. That's a lot of, I don't know if I can be open to this. And if in which case, I don't know why I'm saying it, because if it's just friendship and you know you don't want friendship in this respect, let it be done. But since you're in the obstacles, that tells me there's something specific here. In which case, you are putting up opposition and perhaps you don't know that you are, or you're just not ready. And the outcome is Ten of Cups. You want emotional harmony, and in that means you want sexual harmony too. But the emphasis is cup first, and I respect that. So the Ten of Cups being, I need emotional harmony. That's the whole thing, man. That's the whole thing. I want the overarching rainbow. I need the harmonious effect. I want everybody to be on board. I don't just want a sexual relationship. My emotions are much too big. My goals are much too big on that kind of plane of existence regarding relationships. So while sex is nice, it's lovely, I just don't know that I'm going to get that with this particular thing. I think you're open to it a little bit, and then it's going to go so far. I just don't know why I'm saying that, because this seems overly elaborate for such a simple concept. So the only reason I haven't completely redone it at this point is because you're showing up in obstacles. So this is interesting. That got my attention. Show me that. We got Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Now, it's kind of like I could be open to this, but show me that Page of Wands, please. It's like your sexual interest in this situation is almost minimal. If that, it's like I don't even know if you can say the person is cute, because you're like maybe. I don't know. It's almost like you're saying I can't be bothered. That's how it feels like. It can't be bothered. If you can't be bothered, honey, it can't be bothered. It ain't there. It ain't there. Show me this Page of Wands, please. I don't know, honey. I don't know. That Emperor looking pretty firm. It's kind of like, can we at least be friends? But you're kind of like, yeah, but it would be more than that, wouldn't it? Or can we at least cooperate sexually? That's weird. Why would somebody ask you to cooperate like that? That's odd. Show me this Page of Wands, please. Seven of Swords, the Magician, the Judge. You're saying whatever sexual energy is here, you're not manifesting it from them. You're not. And you're not trying to be unfair. But you're also saying your sexual energy towards this person isn't fair. It wouldn't be fair. If you chose to engage in it, if you chose to entertain it, you're like, I know it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be enough for you, and I don't want to give you more. That's all you're telling me from this about this situation. You're like, I'm so not manifesting the sexual energy with you. It's not even funny. In fact, it's running backwards. So you're telling me I'm not attracted to you, and to pretend otherwise would be unfair. Libra energy doesn't have to be. We also have Aries here. In Leo, none of that is important. People like it when I call it the signs. It's about the energy. But there you go, if it helps. You're like, honey, there is nothing to summon. You're like, when it comes to my sexual energy, when it comes to you, there's nothing to summon. You're like, I'm not trying to summon your sexual energy. And you're saying you want the sexual energy to be fair, but it'd be wrong to lie, or it'd be wrong to try to summon the sexual, act like you're interested when you're not, is what you're saying. I'm not trying to act like I'm interested when I'm not. Two of Pentacles, hot foot back and forth. So that tells me you give a little bit, but you're trying not to give too much because you don't want to, I don't know, hurt this person's feelings? I'm not quite sure. Because you shouldn't be entertaining them at all if that's true. If you don't want their sex, don't give them nothing. Because you're still going to put out mixed signals, you know? So I'm telling you, it's low for you. You've got that sexual energy turned way down. You're not even trying to maintain the pretense that you're interested. But there still is Two of Pentacles says that you're not quite sure, though. No. We got to make up our mind about that, honey. See, what's that Two of Pentacles? What's going on? If you show me you're in a full-on relationship, I'm going to get nervous. I'm going to get really nervous because I'm going to have some really pissed off cross-watchers. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me that, excuse me, two. What's this Two of Pentacles about? Oh, you better not show me you're in a full-on relationship. Oh, no. Don't show me that. King of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Six. Baby, I got news for you. Your passion for this situation and a person picked up a long time ago. There's really nothing to contemplate. There's really nothing for you to be doing a Two of Pentacles about. It's not there. I told you it was not just absent, it's in the negative. You have passion. I'm not saying you're a passionless creature. I'm not saying that you don't have sexual needs. I know you have sexual needs, just not for this person or situation. So I don't know what this Two of Pentacles business is about. Okay, I wouldn't even try to flirt to make that other person feel better because it's going to give out some sort of mixed signals. Okay, yeah, that's the thing about Two of Pentacles and sexual energy, honey. It's mixed signals. It's juggling, can't commit, hot, cold, hot, cold. I'm showing you something, but not too much. So I know in your point of view, it's just a Page of Wands. It's no big deal. Don't take it seriously. I'm still rejecting the sexual energy where it counts. I'm not trying to manifest it. I don't want any kind of responsibility towards it. But a part of you every now and again flirts. A part of you every now and again hints that there's something there, but it's not. And I'm not quite sure you're doing that except to perhaps ease this person's energy or to make them feel better. That's the only thing I can possibly account for that. But you've Six of Swords this. You've got a lovely, you might have some very strong Leo aspects in your chart, not the point. You might have some beautiful, I believe, passion in you that says warmth, compassion. That's what fire is. It's not water. That thing, that's fire, that warmth, the extension of myself to you in that respect that, you know, I'm here for you and I care for you and I mean that. And also, yes, attractive. You like to be turned on. You want to be ignited as the King of Wands, just not for this situation. Okay? So I don't know if you're trying to talk yourself into giving more when the inclination's not there. I don't recommend that because that will always end badly. That means you're in contradiction to your energy. So if you don't feel it, don't give it, because then you create mixed signals, you understand? So I know it's low level. I understand. You're going to be like, Christina, but it's nothing. But the word but shouldn't exist. Okay? You're doing yourself a disservice. And I just don't want you to go through that. And I don't, because this person's like, can we at least be friends or cooperate sexually somehow? I don't know about that. Show me this Emperor, please. 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 Show me the Emperor, please. You have sexual energy, but you don't want to express it towards this person. Show me this Emperor, please. Show me this Emperor, please. Show me the Emperor, please. Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Heavy earth energy here, particularly Taurus, doesn't have to be. This is someone who is very much committed in their energy towards you, sexually or otherwise. They said they're very sensual, and they're willing to go meet your page for page. So this person's very dedicated to you, very loyal. I don't know what your two's relationship is. The Hierophant doesn't necessarily guarantee commitment. It's just the idea of representation of commitment. So they've committed to you, at bare minimum at the spiritual level, but they're also saying they're in your 3D world too. And they're kind of like, I can wait, I'm patient. I can control myself page for page. If you can only do a page or flash me some energy every now and again, I'm here for it. That's different. But they're saying they're all about you. They're all about you. Whatever it is you need, they're showing up for it. They said they're very comfortable in this role and that they know how to control themselves. And if they need to wait or if they... I don't know. But they've just told me they're straight up committed to whatever you got going on. That's different. That's very different. I need to see this Three of Pentacles. So in sexual energy, the Three of Pentacles, springboard energy, and when you first start connecting with somebody, you want those building blocks, right? You want to be friends first, ideally. If you're going through a serious relationship, yes, you want to be friends first, 100%. But this is past that point. So in sexual energy, then, it's kind of like saying, give me some to work with and I'll give you some to work with. I'm willing to meet you where you are because you're showing me a 2, they're showing me a 3. And they've already said, if you need patience, if I got to meet your page where it is, that's fine. I'm there for it. So they're saying they're willing to cooperate even if it's not much. Show me this person's Three of Pentacles, please. Show me that Three of Pentacles, please. Show me that Three of Pentacles, please. Show me that Three of Pentacles, please. I'm trying to get up some specifics on your sexual energy. I think many of you have a damn strong dash of Libra. Gemini might not be your sun sign. Okay. It might be one of your dominants. Queen of Cups, Six of Wands, the Ace of Cups. Man, they want to... Dude, they have so much love for you. They have so much love for you. And big sexual energy towards you, too. They're like, it's almost like they're saying, I'll take what I can get from you. Damn. Damn. That hurts my heart. I don't know who this is to you in the real world, but they said they're right by your side. They're committed to you no matter what you give them. They don't care. They said they'll take what they can get. Some of them might have literally said that to you. I'll take what I can get. Let's see this shared connection of strength. Show me the strength, please. A Chariot, Cancerian energy for some of you. And for some of you, summer was very, very important, or it is now. Show me strength, please. Show me strength, please, in this shared energy. Damn, dude. Show me strength, please. Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, the King of Swords. You, it's not so shared after all, honey. This is more on, I'm seeing it as you. That's all sword right there. King of Swords, Two of Swords, the Ace of Swords. You're saying you don't know if you want this, but you're sticking around to find out, kind of. I don't know how else to put that. I know it sounds crude and I don't mean to. I'm not saying you're a bad guy. I'm trying to understand you. And I think you're trying to understand you too. Okay? It's like, I don't know if I still want this because you're showing me nothing but swords. So that's lack of emotional exploration and it's lack of sexual exploration here. And it's kind of like you're not in a rush. I don't see you being in a rush. But it's like, I don't know if I want this or if I can give all of myself to it. You've devoted a lot of mental energy to figuring this out. But I don't see you devoting a lot of emotional and or sexual energy. Now, you can't make someone have sexual energy that's not there. You've already proven that. So, in my mind, if this person is saying, I'll take whatever I can, because they're crazy about you, they love you. They have big love for you, honey. Big love for you. They're crazy about you. They're turned on by you. And they must be. They must be crazy committed to you to be like, I'll take what I can get from you, Gemini. And they mean it. There's no falseness in that at all. There's no lie in that. They mean it. Even if it means a little bit, you know, of infrequent or kind of low functioning, what's that? Sexual energy, that's like, they'll take that too. And you're kind of like, I don't know if this is for me, but I'm still in it. I see nothing but mental energy for you, not emotional. And your sexual energy side, okay, fine. I don't want you to express yourself sexually if that's not what you want with this person, but then what does that tell you about this connection? Why would you still even entertain the thought of it, of keeping it, if it's not there for you at all? You know, every now and again I see you throw something at this person to kind of appease it, you know, but you don't, your heart's not in it, your sex isn't in it. In fact, I told you it's running in the negative, and that's not an accusation. It's just why are you still kind of like, I don't know if this is for me, if this is what I want. I think you know. And that is going to take you strength to really resolve that, to look at it, to understand some things. So I kind of want you to get, I know you have a beautiful brain, honey. Nobody doubts the complexity of your mind. They'd be stupid to do so. My point is I think you spend too much time in there. I want you to start contemplating more what it is you're feeling or not feeling. That's going to give you the answers you need, because you keep consulting your mind and you keep coming up with a blank. So that's not helping you. You opened up, I think, with the answer. Your sexual energy towards this person has moved on. Not that it doesn't exist within you. It's just your expression towards it. You're like, it's done. Every now and again, I give them a wink wink. Or I give them some special words or a special look, but... So what's there to think about? What does your heart say? What does it? Let's keep going. This is the Fool, Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. You keep telling me you're holding on to what's established and that you're going to keep opening yourself up towards it, that you're going to choose it over and over again, but that Fool's not so foolish. You're saying you're going to continue to open up to what's already there. You know it, and it's predictable. You haven't let it go. I want to see what your spiritual energy is doing. Some of the Fool, please. What would your spiritual energy do? I would feel so much better if I could see your heart, honey, but I can't see your heart here. You told me where your passion isn't, and you told me where your mind is preoccupied. Where are your feelings? That's what I want to know. I'm just trying to understand. It is not a judgment. Don't take it as one, and if you do, this is not for you. I do the real shit here. The Three of Swords, Queen of Swords, your heart. You hurt. You're hurt. That's why you haven't opened up. That's why you haven't opened up. Why do you feel... Knights of Pentacles, you've been feeling this way for a long time. You can't open up sexually towards this person anymore. You know it in some way, but it's kind of like, I'll break their heart if they knew that. Oh, honey. Look, if this is a friendship type situation, it's best to be confronted before it gets any worse. But if this is a commitment, I said, I hope to God you're not showing me a commitment. But if this is indeed a commitment, they're more worthy of the truth than anyone else. Okay? You're worthy of the truth first and foremost. Everything begins with the self. You owe yourself the truth of this. And then I know you're saying I don't want to break their heart with the truth. But there's a reason why. You're showing me the King and Queen of Swords. You embody that not once but twice. I don't doubt it. You might be double, triple, quadruple air, you know, with some damn strong Libra in there too. It's like I don't want to hurt them. But the fact that they kind of say, I'll take what I can get and be happy with it, in a way, isn't that already kind of an acceptance of the truth? You can't make yourself, again, I have to repeat this, you can't make yourself sexually attracted to someone you're not. But what about your feeling, honey? I know you're afraid of hurting them with the truth. And part of you is afraid of hurting yourself with the truth too. Because it's been like this a long time. But feeling it and sensing it and allowing yourself to fully acknowledge it are two different things. Never mind acknowledge it with the other person. Let me see that Seven of Pentacles, please. Show me that Seven of Pentacles, please. Show me that Seven of Pentacles. Show me that Seven of Pentacles, please. Show me that Seven of Pentacles. Show me that Seven of Pentacles, please. Show me that Seven of Pentacles. You know, if this is that, you know how it is when that friend that, like always in the 80s movies, they always want to be the one, so they choose to be a friend, but they're always a friend that never changes. It's either that kind of dynamic and you don't want to hurt them, guess what? And in some way they already know, so you might as well just finalize it. But if this is, I still don't know where the hell you are with this person. This has been in the process for years, okay? So I don't know if this is that friend that just won't quit. They always have that hope. And in fact, the longer you give them hope, the stronger that attachment gets. That could be it. In which case you still have a job to do because it's been going on this long. Let's not keep doing it. Or if you're in a commitment of some type where there's a viciousness attached to it with the Hierophant, then you both owe yourselves the truth in some way. Show me that Seven of Pentacles, too. That Seven of Pentacles. That Seven of Pentacles. Show me that Seven of Pentacles, please. Honey, it's almost like you're a cult and you have a following. And that following is one person. And they ain't going nowhere. But you're like, I don't know if I want to keep choosing this. Yeah, you do. The fact that you haven't shown me your feelings once tells me that's where the real truth is. And you intellectualize it. There it is again, the Three of Swords, Ace of Wands. You keep coming up. You're just like, I can't open my heart towards the passion anymore here, Christina. And I can't tell them that because that'll break their heart. Do you want to stay? I don't understand. You keep saying I can't tell them, it'll break their heart. I can't tell them about the passion part, that I grew out of it a long time ago. I can't open my heart towards that. It'll kill them. It'll make them feel rejected. The fact that they're already saying I'll take what I can get is a form of rejection. In other words, they got used to this. The Three of Pentacles with you. They got used to it. So that means by default they already have an understanding that it's been greatly reduced and they're still accepting it. Three of Swords, Page of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. He's like, it's been. I haven't felt that passion with them in a long time. It hasn't been ignited in a long time. Do you still want this? Because you haven't shown me love either. I keep pushing for love, honey. Where's the love? But you're not showing me that either. Your brain keeps taking over and saying, I've already thought about this. Yeah, you've thought about it 1,000 times and you're still coming up empty on the subject. So where are your feelings? That's where your truth is. That's where your truth is in the feelings. And if I could just see your dang feelings on this. Why do you hold on? The Four of Pentacles. I'm not putting this off on you. Don't misunderstand me. If you insist on being pissed off, there's nothing I can do to help you. I'm here to do the real work. Okay? And this is either you or it's not. That's it. I don't want to hear it. I know some of you are going to want me to hear it because you're offended. Because it either A, isn't true, but you're forcing it to fit and I told you not to do that. Or B, because it is true and it's hitting a nerve. Okay? So I'm trying to help my real Geminis. If you're not a real Gemini, hard left. Step out. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. Yeah, I know what everybody thinks tarot is. I ain't that. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. Show me that Four of Pentacles, please. Karen, if you're watching, all right, throw down some comments below about what a real Gemini should be doing. I appreciate you, honey. It's nice to have a fellow Southern reader hanging around. Of course, I'm talking about Karen from Enchanted Cottage 333. Shout out to you. Like I said, put your opinion below about what a real Gemini needs to be doing. King, Queen of Cups, the Four of Cups. There it is. There it is. I found you. Fucking found you. I had to push, didn't I? Of course I had to push. You and earth signs make me push. That's okay. It's all right. Just so long as you show me in the end what the hell's going on. Okay, Four of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. So this is one of my not favorite combinations. Okay, I got a not favorite 2 and 2. 2 of Pentacles and 2 of Swords. I hate that. And this is my other one that I hate. The Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. So this is an emotional pattern that has been going on like this. I'm afraid to let go. I'm unhappy if I keep it. I'm afraid to let go. I'm unhappy if I keep it. And it goes around and around like this. It's in what I call, classically, I'll make a t-shirt one day that says emotional jerk circle. It doesn't improve, but it can get worse. But it won't improve. And here I have 2 people knocking around, the King and Queen of Cups. So I got 2 people guilty of this. One holds on because they're in love. The other person holds on out of love, but is ultimately unhappy. I kind of have an idea of who is who, and if you resonate with this, you do too. Someone holds on out of habit, but they can say that they love you, so they hold on. And you can say, out of love, I hold on for them, even though I'm unhappy. So I got a two-parter here, right? There's their version of holding on, and there's your version of holding on. They do it out of love. You keep them because you feel obligated to from the heart, but then not necessarily that you're happy, emotionally or sexually. So that kind of, the 4 and 4 here cuts everything back from the emotional quality that you two experience to the sexual quality that you two experience. And thus, I think I'm seeing the dynamic that I am today. Again, I'll be darned if I know what the hell your two's relationship is. I've seen everything from commitment and friend, and then there's that muddy version of both. It's a lot more official than a friendship, but it's a lot less substantial, I believe, emotionally and sexually than a friendship. But you two have both kind of agreed to hold on. You have your reasons, they have theirs. But neither one of you is really satisfied where it counts, emotionally or sexually. Okay, and that's who I'm seeing today. Okay. I think we've made some real progress today, honey. I do. I don't say that lightly. I think we've made some progress today. And to push the lovers, you are in the obstacle position. Show me the lovers, please. Show me the lovers, show me the lovers, show me the lovers. It's like you know they're not going anywhere. You know that. You also don't want to break their heart by what it is you don't feel. But how come you don't choose something else for yourself either? Why? Do you not see a possibility beyond this connection? How come I see no alternatives for you? I think I have an idea. The lovers, Queen of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, the 4 of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of blindness here. Comfort zone, blindness. I can heal myself to this for what it is I don't feel and don't want to see, or they have, regardless. The obstacle here is that you're in your comfort zone. I don't think... There's a part of you that just says temper yourself. Just temper yourself. This is where you are. Get comfortable with it. And that sense of blindness here with the 8 of Swords, I can't see. You heal that, so that tells me you are aware of the extent of the dynamic here. In other words, you're not completely ignorant of the situation. Okay. You see it as an obstacle too. You see yourself as an obstacle too. So that's good. That is good because that tells me you're reflecting genuine insight about the situation. In other words, you're not completely ignorant. I will point out to you, I didn't see one moon for you. Not one moon, not one devil, not one 5 of Swords. So that tells me you are aware of the situation. You're not happy about it either. But you're also like, I don't know that there's an alternative. And also, P.S., I'm kind of comfortable in this dynamic. I think that's very honest of you. Because I literally just got done asking you, didn't I? Don't you see an alternative? Don't you see another way? Don't you want something else for yourself? And you said, not really. Okay. Not really. So while I don't particularly care how your sexual energy is executed or not, I can kind of see why you do it. You feel like you got to do something every now and again. But, well, frankly, your heart's not in it, neither are your loins. But you're kind of saying, I'm here for them, really. I'm staying in this for them. I'm settled into it. I personally don't know that's necessarily what I want, but I kind of got to heal myself to that now because this is where I'm at. This is what I've chosen. Okay. Let's see, that 10 of Cups is your outcome. And some of you, by the way, you might have, I'm saying that 10 of Cups very, very differently now. Typically when I pull it in sexual tarot, it's because somebody wants the full package. Emotional harmony, sexual harmony. Okay. I'm saying that very differently now. I'm going to go ahead and take a wild guess that some of you have some very extensive families, and you want to keep that intact. Am I right? You might have kids with this person. I'm actually not seeing it that way. I'm seeing it as a very extensive something that's already in place. If you two have been together as long as I think you have, the dynamic, I'm seeing what I'm seeing here. It's, that would explain a couple things. Justice. I'm telling you, some of you have some very strong Libra in your chart, or you're connecting to one. You're determined to keep this going, which is what I saw in your bottom row. You have no plans to change anytime soon because you're saying it's the right thing to do collectively overall, not just for me. It's interesting to me, the Gemini I'm looking at, you don't see alternatives at all. You're like, this is where it is, and I accept it for what it is. The only reason I would challenge you is if I saw really any conflict that was so untoward, I knew you were lying to yourself, but you're actually not lying to yourself. This is what you've chosen. So it's nice to see you not at odds with yourself. The only time I see you at any conflict at all, is when it comes to the actual distribution of your sexual energy towards this. You'd just rather not. You'd rather not. It's just not there for you anymore. You still have passion in you, but you don't feel it towards this. You don't think that you can say that because you're like, it would kill my person or would hurt my person too much. I can't do that. So you're actually highly aware. You're not ignorant. You didn't show me any splintering in terms of this is what I actually feel, this is what I actually do. You said you're actually at peace with this dynamic. And that you will continue to open yourself up. I told you that on the bottom line too, the Fool. You've already accepted this. You're going to continue to maintain this particular balance, and this is the only way you will expose yourself at all and keep yourself open towards it, is the pre-existing balance stays as is. You're saying that there's more than one thing at play here, and that it's much larger than the two of you. And that's what, in your mind, constitutes fairness, not the passion, the lack of it. The only reason I would disagree with you is that is because a part of you feels like you have to sneak away from it. Okay? And even though you still argue with yourself occasionally about, is this what you want, you're also saying there's really not much to argue about either. You have this strong sense of fairness. This is what I agreed to. This is how it must be. I've accepted it. They're holding on, so am I. It's just for very different reasons. It's because you know they love you. And you don't want to hurt them. So you've kind of accepted your role in this. And if it means kind of like the greater good energy, the greater harmony of the distribution of energies, then that's what matters. And if that's true for you, that's true for you. The obstacles, you can't see any other way. And I don't know if that's self-imposed blindness, because I did say, Gemini, did you not see any alternatives for yourself? You're kind of like, not really. And I've come to terms with it. I don't know if those are self-imposed terms or what you really want yourself to believe, but you also said, I've accepted it. So, it's interesting. Your conclusion's solid. I can't argue with it. If it's right for you, then it's right for you. You understand? I rarely see things like this. It's like I accept the situation entirely for what it is, and I try not to force it to be anything that it's not. And I also don't want to hurt my person. The only time I see you contradict yourself is that energy distribution sexually. You don't want to give anything. So when you feel you have to, it doesn't feel comfortable to you. But they, for their part, have come to expect so much. And they've literally said, I'll take what I can get. It does come from love. They do protectively and stubbornly hold on to this. And you're like, I know. So while I'm not emotionally thrilled with this, I'm not sexually thrilled with this, I also understand it's what I agreed to. And I don't want to hurt them. So, I said, you know what you know. Otherwise, I can't, I have no arguments to make, honey. That's not the cards I'm looking at. The cards have not shown me anyone else, or there's a potential for you somewhere else. And you can't either. You've even said it over here. I can't either, Christina. I cannot rationally see anything else. This is it. Yeah, sometimes you question it strongly. Is this the correct direction? It doesn't always feel good to you. I just don't want you to... I want to say what I'm saying without sounding like being an asshole. Okay? I just don't want you to be that person, if this is a concern at all, and I don't even know if it is, so I don't even know why I'm saying it. I just... that feeling of belief, this is what I've settled for, this is as good as it gets. Some people really believe that. I've never seen such a huge acceptance in my life of this is how it is. Typically, I'll see alternatives pop up, or there's influential energy that tries to pull in a different direction, or people, individuals. It's like I feel like there's something else out there for me. I'll see that too. So long as you are comfortable with this pathway, it doesn't seem to challenge you. And in fact, this person's anti-challenge. They don't challenge you at all. That's because they want you to be in their life. They've made that clear. And you're like, I'm willing to be in your life too, just don't pressure me for sexual energy, because it's not happening. And your biggest emphasis by far is that I don't want to hurt them. Because as far as I can tell, the Gemini I'm looking at, you know all these things. You've thought about them 1,000 times, and I had to push you for your heart space, and you're like, you want to know? Here it is. I'm unhappy. I'm not happy. But you were also very honest with me. There's something bigger, though, than my own personal happiness, and that is, as far as I can tell, the balancing of multiple things. And that's when I immediately changed that interpretation of Ten of Cups to a much larger one. You're saying there's Six of Pentacles and Justice? That's a bit much on the balance scales. Mind you, Six of Pentacles is just a reduced form of justice. This one has spiritual implication. This one has real-world activity and contractual obligations. You put them both together, it's a rather extensive processing of balancing. I don't have time. People ask me all the time, why don't you teach tarot? Honey, I couldn't begin to put down half the shit that's in my head about what I know about tarot. That's why. So, you're like, this sexual energies, it's not really fair, but it is what it is. This is what's actually fair. Yeah, sexual energy may not be fair to me or to them. But this is fair. This is the bigger fairness, Christina. This is the fairness umbrella, if you will, that's protecting us all. So that's why I keep it going. Because it's looking like multiple balances in your estimation are involved. We're talking family here. Family, connectivity. It's like I'm leaving my personal happiness out of it. There's something much bigger than me. And also, over and over again, I don't want to hurt them. Okay, honey. Well, I can't argue with that so long as you're not... I hate that you're upset. I hate that you're disappointed. I hate that you think that this is where it is. This is what I've agreed to. And maybe that's all true. I just... When I asked you, can you not see an alternative? Or you do see nothing else, or sense, intuitively feel that there's anything else out there for you. You went, if there is, I'm not trying to think about it. It's comfort. It's a comfortable thing. So I don't think you're quite comfortable looking at that. Jeez, honey. Well, thank you for your honesty today. I appreciate that. If you're unhappy, I think you try not to let it show. I think you're that person who defaults to I think, right? Because it's easier to speak through your mind than it is through your feelings. And then also, again, you don't want to hurt your person, right? So you're going to do your level best to not really discuss this stuff, I think. But it's with you quite a bit. I need some advice, please. I need some advice for you. I don't know what really to advise you. You seem so damn at peace with it. That's what I'm saying. You constantly heal, or try to allow yourself to heal what is fundamentally broken. It's like, I don't want to do abandonment. I'm not comfortable with abandonment. I don't want to abandon them. I don't want to abandon this situation. I've got a whole bunch built into this, so it goes well beyond personal sense of fulfillment. You're telling me you're anti-personal fulfillment. You're like, none of that shit matters. It's much more comprehensive than that. It just sucks because I see some very sharp corners to your personality that says you remember what it's like to be a King of Wands, and you remember what it's like to be a Queen of Cups, but you're like, all that's behind me. And if that's where you are, then that's where you are. I can tell your sense of obligation is important to you. And sense of fairness is important to you, right and wrongness. We heal this concept of abandonment constantly. Okay, it's like it's not going to happen. It's kind of like why you don't want to look at yourself so much, right? Because if you look at yourself and what it is you're feeling and not feeling, it might get you closer and closer to this idea of breakage or separation, and you don't want that, so you try to take yourself out of it as an individual. Is that what I'm saying today? Like me, personally, my needs don't count. I'm going to argue with you on that. But my personal needs don't, and when you do that, it makes it easier to keep the goal in mind, the balance in mind, right? I see. Okay. 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 It has nothing to do with my sexual needs or my emotional needs. I disagree on the emotional needs. But that's it. The star. Wish fulfillment. Aquarian energy. Yeah, I know. Some of you are double, triple, quad air. I mean, seriously. Page of Cups. Strong desire to open up the heart space. The desire to have strong desires, really. But justice. There it is again. Justice. Huge emphasis on fairness. The idea is maybe one day I can balance in the heart space. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Sometimes I connect to it. Sometimes I remember what it's like when I connect to this person feeling-wise. But you're saying the star, the long term, is what matters. The long-term vision is the justice. You have a heavy sense of justice attached to you. And it has nothing to do with really with justice of the self. That makes me a little nervous, but okay. Your idea is justice long-term. Not justice with me personally, but justice long-term. What's right for everybody. I understand that. I'm guessing you're old school, yeah? Where everybody else's happiness, that's what matters. Make sure everybody else is balanced. It's not about me personally. You're part of the overall balance system, so you as an individual do matter and count, okay? But you're saying it's the long-term balance that counts, not my personal feeling. If I'm not fully in touch with my feelings or my heart space, that's my business. There it is again. When I see the passion presented to you, I see you lean away from it. There's that Seven of Swords again with the passion guy, Knight of Wands. And the Two of Cups. It's like, yeah, I know the heart and passion's here, and I just kind of lean away from it. You know? It's, there you go. Okay. All right, that's enough of that. There you go, you know? I really don't have too much advice for you. I really don't. You seem to, the Gemini I'm looking at, you've kind of already kind of settled upon your course of direction and or action. Whether it'll be like that forever, I don't know. But you seem to think that's the forever goal. And if you're on board with it, if you're in alignment with it now, as of now, then I'd rather you be in alignment with it than not. You may not be with an alignment tomorrow or a week or a year, but for now you're in alignment with it. Okay. I see your reasoning, and you're kind of like, this really isn't up for negotiation. Like I said, you've settled upon it. Okay, protection. For some of you, the 15th is confirmation. I don't know why. I'm not even seeing it as the protection card. It's just, I keep 15's prominent. I have no idea what the hell that has to do with anything. So 15 for some of you might be a power number. It might be associated with you or your person. But protection. I did say that, didn't I? I said you want to protect them from the truth, the harsh truth of it. They've already accepted it to some extent, honey. Just like you have. When they said, I'll take what I can get. And they mean it. There's no lie attached to them. They mean it. And that's probably why you don't want to break the heart with the truth, is because you already know that. They've already reduced their emotional and sexual needs towards this as much as they have or can. So you kind of want to, in return, kind of like protect them from the truth. Is that what that is? Damn. Damn. There's a kind of Seven of Swords too. It's like, I don't want you to see me like that. Oh, that's so weird. It was a completely different interpretation for someone else the other day. Okay. Dreams. Dreams, fantasy. What do you dream about? What do you dream about, honey? What do you dream about? The 7th for some of you might be important. Dreams. What do you dream about? Waiting. Oh, you dream about maybe the passion returning one day. Waiting. Dreaming. Or perhaps that's your person. They dream of the day that you might open up more to them again. I don't know. Or they feel like they're in a position of waiting, which makes sense. The 20th might be important. 27th or the 7th. Okay. 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 Reconciliation. I'm saying that the reconciliation of one's passions. You've both kind of hinted on that. Some days I feel like I'm into it, and I can kind of collect the feeling in my heart and in my passion. And there's other times you can't. But I also see you reconciling yourself to this particular situation. You have, I was going to say this, romantic, yeah, some of you are married, and this is a marriage dynamic. Romantic feelings, so in this one it's different. It says your feelings are real and worthy of exploring. Guess where I see you kind of rejecting the exploration of your feelings? Right over here in the obstacles. It's not as easy to accept a disappointed heart. I think you're equipped with it. I think you've done a really, I don't want to say good job. I don't want to reward negative behavior. But if your goal was to keep something going because you're afraid of hurting the other person and you're willing to accept so much in your heart space, and that's why you don't like to overly indulge in your feelings because you understand of how absent they are, then yes, you've accomplished your goal. Okay? The entanglement for what you do and why you do it is real. I think you have a very powerful mind. I think there's many things you have been able to talk yourself into and believe. But one of the things I wish you would believe is that you have feelings that are worthy and real of exploring. You say that you don't want to hurt your person, that you're protecting them by not telling them. Part of them already knows, honey. Again, they've already agreed to accept so much and be happy with it. It's just, what about you? Instead of trying to force your feelings to come back together here and there in moments, how do you actually feel about that? I'd like to get you on my couch, as they say. I'd like to get you on my couch. Let's put it that way. For those of you who are not aware, my background is in counseling. Yeah. You deserve love. This whole I gotta sacrifice thing to keep it going. This is where I push back on you a little bit, because you do deserve love. You deserve to be loved. Not just in part of the keeping the family harmonious type of love. That's one type of love. And it's an overarching love, and it's beautiful and it's supportive. But you're also part of that. You deserve love too as an individual. So I understand you want to protect your person or your partner or your husband or your wife. In that respect of I can't, it would kill them. They've already accepted so much from this and they're still crazy about me, and I know that it would kill them. But what are you emitting from yourself in that process? Something to think about. I don't know. Would your person want to know the truth? There's that too. I'm sure you've already thought about that. I don't think my person would want to know the truth. They've already said they'd accept this from me. I really thought it was a friendship dynamic that you were not into, honey. It ran much deeper than that. It ran much deeper than that. Okay. All right. I don't know that I will see this again. If there will be progress, I don't know. Not every reading that you will receive from me is going to fit with you, obviously. I might see a continuation. I might see variations of it. I don't know that I will necessarily see this particular Gemini again. I strongly feel that some of you Gemini is your moon. Rising, maybe. Maybe Venus. Yeah, for some of you, Gemini is your Venus. I don't know. It was very interesting, I'll say that. I was very close to scrapping it because I didn't see what the point of it was, but as I say, a real terrible life, and this is a real Gemini somewhere. The only time I redo readings anymore anyway is if I don't see any sort of resolution, and the thing is, you had one. It was pretty damn firm, too. It wasn't flexible at all. It really wasn't flexible. And it was resolved. So I can't really argue with that. Thus, hence, I'm keeping the reading. I know I disappointed a lot of Geminis today, and I'm sorry about that, honey, but this one came through, and it came through sharp as hell. And I'm like, there's no way this is going to take the turn I think it's taking. And of course it fucking did. Oh my god. Yeah, for those of you new to the channel, hi, my name's Christina, I swear. Welcome to Sassy Scorpion Tarot. Yeah, there you go. So, I don't know. Good luck to you. And you have a phenomenal strength of mind for the Gemini I'm looking at today. Protective. Protective of your person. You try to think of not... No, I think that's a fair assessment. I think you try to think of yourself last, and you try to keep the overall goal at the forefront. And it surpasses... Somehow you've managed to make the goal of family and ultimately balancing and achieving your highest good and kind of forsaking your own personal experience in this. Part of it's fear, wanting to protect them, but I also think it's part of you not having to actually blunt say what your truth is. But I also really think you are devoted to this balance that says it's not really up for debate. It is what it is, and I've accepted it. So have they. They did their part, I have to do mine. You emphasize balance multiple times. One didn't make sense sexually. I saw your compromise on that. That's the only time I really see you compromise yourself. That, and you kind of willfully turn your back on what it is you're not feeling. But that's a conscious choice. The other one, that's the only time I saw you in conflict, is that sometimes you feel obligated to give this some sort of sexual attention, but your heart's not in it. That's the only time I ever see you get really in contradiction with yourself. Other than that, you're saying I think about it, but ultimately I've made up my mind. I believe you. Okay, like I said, I don't know that I necessarily see the same Gemini. But we're going to check up on you for your next in-depth in approximately 2 weeks. We're going to do, I believe, the 3-month overview at that time for the fall. Let's see if there's any improvement to this, or perhaps on the Sunday Shuffle. Maybe not. I don't know. I do hope this helped you regardless. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.